What is up, you guys? It's your favorite tarot reader, and I am back with another read. Okay, honey, period. I am taking personal readings. You guys can catch at me at money sign Caprice Cooks. You can also email me or Apple Pay me at capricecooks@icloud.com. Alright. I work on energy. Energy is fluid, so this could be about you. This could be about the person that you're thinking about or anybody's thinking about you. Okay, also time is an illusion, so this could be about the past, present, or the future, but somehow it's affecting you right now, okay? Alright. It is 9:25 and it is 3:55 on my stove. Feel free to look up any angel numbers mentioned in this video. Okay? Spirit guides, descendant master, soul family, twin flame family. Please be here with me at this time, helping me receive a message to deliver to my Taurus for the 21st through the 29th. Message for my Taurus. So we got the Capricorn card out here. We got feelings. And we got outlook. So I feel like this is somebody like changing how they feel about their business. It's kind of like if you've been discouraged, you need to change your outlook. If you've been feeling like people won't pay bigger prices, or if you've been feeling like your name won't be as big as you want it to be, sis, I'm hearing fame and notoriety. I think that's a song by like Future or something like that. But it's kind of like you are receiving fame and notoriety, Taurus. I feel like you turn into a boss. I feel like you boss made. I feel like challenges keep arising. There's stuff that keeps going on. I just heard licensing fees. Also, you're needing to like copyright, like whatever the title of your business is, or your LLC, or whatever it is. I feel like there's a sense of like needing to make sure that it's yours, needing to make sure that it makes you happy. This is something that where it's kind of like we also got the Revolution, Gemini, the North Node, and the 8th house with intimacy. So I feel like your intimacy could be affected, like either you not wanting to be intimate with nobody because you focused on work, or you could be like being too intimate with people because you don't want anything serious because you're focused on work. So it's kind of like you focus on your destiny, you focus on work, you focus on your business. And I kind of feel like with the Gemini card here, you're trying to transform, like you're trying to go into a different headspace. But I feel like challenges keep arising, things keep coming up to the point where it's kind of like you're ready to give up. Having a lot of sleepless nights, wondering why you. I feel like you're asking God for some kind of lump sum of money so that you could get a title, so that you could like buy a website or something like that. I feel like you're a little bit nervous, feeling insecure, feeling like something isn't going to work out with the moon card here. But I feel like all of that is being illuminated. I feel like God is bringing you in this blessing. However, it's very childlike energy. I feel like you have somebody looking up to you, Taurus. So I'm picking up on two different things. If you are a mother, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, or you could just be a mother, period. I feel like if you are a mother, you have a child who is looking up to you like they have big shoes to fill. And I think that right now you see yourself as like a bad mother, or you haven't been the best mother, or you kind of feel like you've been too focused on self. Because what's happening is, if you look at how these cards are, the mother is focused on her cup and the daughter is focused on the tree, like focusing on her roots, her lineage. I kind of feel like, to me, this is like you needing to focus on yourself in order to be a better mommy. Sometimes taking naps, getting the rest that you need, making sure that you're in a good headspace is important and is vital to making sure that your kid is in a good headspace. A lot of people think that it's selfish to do things first for yourself or put yourself first. But to be honest, if an unhappy mommy is going to raise an unhappy child, it's a sense of like your child knows that they have a reason to look up to you. Your child sees your hard work. Your child sees your dedication. Your child sees how hard you work even more than you do. A lot of the times we are tough on our parents. I was tough on my mom a lot. As children, we kind of just naturally do that because we don't see what's going on in the background. We only have our own perception. We don't tend to know what's going on in their life, what they got going on. 33, thank you, Ascended Masters. How their life could be crumbling, how they could be struggling. you know, we don't tend to focus on that because we're so self-aware of what's going on in our own outlook on life that we don't really take the time to look at other people's. I feel like this is you needing to be a little bit more compassionate on your journey, because it's kind of like as you're trying to find your destiny, as you try to find your mission, as you try to walk into the steps that God has ordered for you, it's causing you a little bit of turmoil because, one, you have to leave people behind. Two, I feel like there's a sense of like feeling better than some people, feeling spiritually better than some people, or just kind of feeling like I'm above that, like I'm too good for this. And I'm not even saying it's like I'm too good for this, but it's just kind of like maybe the way that you handle things. Like, because for me, I'm very big on energy. I'm kind of like, I had to tell a girl today. She wrote me and she was like, hey, I have school and work, and on your Facebook it says that you'll do readings when time allow for it. So I was just wondering when you would have time in your schedule, if ever, to schedule a reading. And immediately when I read it, I'm just like, I felt the energy. I felt like you had an attitude. I felt like you were being funny, because not once did my post say just those words. It said that if you would ask for a refund because you couldn't get your reading within 24 to 48 hours, a refund will not be given to you. Sometimes things come up. A reading will be given to you when the time allows for it. The only way I will give a refund is if I rescheduled or I canceled. Otherwise, you're just going to have to wait till the time allows for it to come, because I believe in divine timing. So if it's not time for your reading, then sometimes that just won't happen. But I always say, please allow 24 to 48 hours. You know, if I can't get to you within that amount of time, then okay, cool. You know, but I always say, give me those first 24 to 48 hours to respond. Give me 2 days, you know. And I felt the energy of her being snarky. And I don't know if she thought I wasn't going to notice or what, but that was me standing up for myself. I wasn't like, oh, I'm too good for you or anything like that. In the past, I would have been so money hungry that I would have read for her anyway. But now I'm coming into feelings about myself and how I portray myself and how I see myself and what I feel like I deserve. I didn't deserve for her to come at me like that. For one, the reason why I hadn't responded in 24 to 48 hours was because I'm sick. I haven't even posted on YouTube, again, because I'm sick. And I feel like I want to give quality readings. I don't just want to make money, you know. That's a part of a perk of having your own business, not having to overwork yourself when you're sick and when you're drained. I listen to my body. I listen to myself, you know. So this is you learning how to be more professional. That must be a message for me too. You know, I politely just told her like, hey, you know, I'm sure that the post that you read said a lot more than that. I'm sorry if you misunderstood, but hey, this is what I meant. You know, whenever you're booking, you would screenshot your payment here. Please allow 24 to 48 hours for me to respond after you've sent your payment to send you over a time slot of when I can do your reading. And then after that, I said, unfortunately, my energy does not align with the energy of the last message you just sent. So I can refer you to Charlie Rose here on Facebook and Shantique Smith Haynes here on Facebook, right? That's what I sent to her. And she wrote back, and I just completely didn't reply. I didn't read it. I didn't anything because I didn't want the energy on myself. This is you. You know, this is you standing up for yourself, but also doing it in a way that 933, thank you, Cinemasters, that allows your name to be heard. 33, thank you, Cinemasters. And it allows your name to not be tarnished. You know, because I could have easily, back in the day, I would have just been like, bitch, I'm not going to respond to you. Like, I'm not even going to respond to you. You don't even deserve me to respond to you. You know, like, I'm not going to respond. Like, fuck you. That's what I usually would have did. But because I'm a business owner now, I felt it was my responsibility to at least explain to her whatever was misunderstood. And then my self-respect told me to tell her, look, I will not be reading for you. I'm sorry. If you don't have patience, you know, and if you're going to be rude or anything like that, I wouldn't want to invite that into my space because I read in my home. You know, so this is you learning to stand up for yourself. If you are working in a job and, you know, your bills have been piling up and you are a hard ass worker and you feel like you deserve more money, I feel like at this point there needs to be a standing up for self. You don't have to be disrespectful like, y'all niggas don't pay me enough. But it can be like, hey, you know, I'm getting offers elsewhere. I'm going to quit if my needs aren't met. You know, I have requirements of myself, and if you can't meet those requirements, I'm going. For somebody, I feel like you're working too much and you're needing to tell your boss that you need the weekends off, but you scared that they might give your hours away or start cutting down your hours. Just fuck them. Okay, I feel like you work night shifts. I feel like when your kid is at school, you at the crib sleep, and then it's kind of like when they get home from school, you getting ready for work, you finna leave the house, and it's kind of like y'all don't really get a lot of time together. So to me, it's telling me that you need to stand up for yourself and tell your boss, like, hey, I need at least 2 days with my daughter where I don't have to wake up and take her to daycare, or I don't have to get up and be getting dressed for work or anything. I can literally just spend the day with her, you know? This is kind of making sure that you're standing up for your child as well with this Page of Wands here. Yeah, with the Sun card, I feel like this is somebody's son or this is somebody's child. I feel like your child is going to be happy when your fame come in, when your success come in. With the King of Swords, because they're watching you. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. I have an Aquarius child. I feel like your son, and this is somebody with, I think, a little boy or a teenage boy who has been getting into some mischief, who hasn't been coming home, who has just learned how to drive and is like out here fucking bitches. And it's kind of like maybe you questioning yourself because, you know, he doesn't have his dad around with the Three of Pentacles. You know, he doesn't have somebody teaching him how to be a man. He doesn't have somebody teaching him how to walk into his destiny, how to be a king, how to be a god. He doesn't have that. So maybe you're looking for a stepfather. Maybe you're hard on yourself because this person doesn't have anybody. You know, I feel like it's also a sense of like needing to collaborate with your son or your child, needing to get them involved in your business, needing to spend more time together to where it's like you're giving them information about how to be business savvy. You're teaching them how to make their own money. It's kind of like you are literally bringing your kids into your happiness. But part of being a good mom is a part of, you know, loving on yourself and also like leaving behind a legacy. That makes you a good mom. Your kids leaving back stories for to tell their grandchildren about you, you know. So I feel like, to me, this is a sense of like you not being happy just by yourself. Like I said before, mothers do need to be a person outside of being a mother. You do have to think about yourself first, but also while you're doing that, as you're doing that, like, say, for example, me, again, while I'm making my dreams come true, you know, sometimes I am tired, sometimes I am exhausted, and I can't really play as much as I would like to. But when I do have the energy, or when I am reading, or when I am working, maybe it's easy for me to, like, bring my daughter and sit her here with me and let her see what I'm doing. You know, if you're trying to get your children to eat a little bit healthier, sit down with their asses. Make them eat their food with you. You know, you eat it too. 33, thank you, Ascended Masters. This is you not being so hard on your children. This is you realizing that they pay attention to you. That's why the Moon card is here, secrets. You know, you could be thinking that, oh, you're doing such a good job, but then also it's kind of like you're not paying attention to the little things you're doing that maybe they're doing too. Like eating habits. Like maybe you sitting on the couch eating motherfucking chips and then you trying to give them a cutie and they're like, mommy, I want some of what you eating. You know, it's the little things. I feel like you're being hard on yourself about the little things. And I'm not going to say the little things that don't matter, but stop losing sleep over little shit. Kind of like your child is taken care of, your child is safe, the wheel is turning. Like y'all done already went through all the bad shit, the hard shit y'all going to go through. And I feel like God is kind of giving y'all a break.